Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope you're all having a great day. In today's video, I'm showing you how I made a 2-point perspective cafe. And I did watch a YouTube video when I did this. So I will put down below a link to that video so that if you'd like to check it out for yourself, you can. There might be a little bit more information on there than I am providing here, but we're just going to get into it and we're going to talk our way through this. Now, in any 2-point perspective or any perspective drawing, you have to have a horizon line, which is what I start off with. And then, of course, there's the vanishing points, which are the furthest away. And then you connect all of the lines. Now, when you're looking at the building, it's going to be distorted, which means the sidewalk and the roof of the building are going to be higher than what one's going to be higher, one's going to be lower, which I'm kind of trying to do here. I'm still learning perspective, and I'm not trying to get this to be like perfect or anything. I'm just practicing because it's a skill that needs to be learned for urban sketching or whatever it is that you're going to be doing. Now, I watched his video because I thought maybe I could follow along and give you my thoughts on how well they did. Now, so far, the video that I followed was actually pretty good. The only thing I didn't quite fully understand was when he started talking about, or not even talking, but when he started putting in the furniture in, he didn't really give any indication or any ideas or any thoughts. There was no instruction as to how he put the furniture in there, unlike everything else that he did in here. Basically, your lines, your vertical lines are going to be vertical no matter where they are, but your horizontal lines are going to be, they have to follow the lines to the nearest perspective point. So if you're going to be, when I did the chairs for this particular drawing, I didn't realize that, so I did struggle through some of this, as you'll see in the video. He didn't really explain too much, but I kind of figured it out. But yeah, if you're going to be doing the furniture later on in this picture, I couldn't follow along with what he was doing because it was confusing. But basically, your lines would follow the perspective points that kind of go through the building. I'm going to put insert a picture of, because I do have a book here, and it is called, Perspective Made Easy from Ernest R. Norling. I hope I'm saying that properly. It is a wonderful book, and it has a lot of information in it. So if you're interested in perspective drawing, I know there's a lot of reading in there, but it opens up your eyes and your mind to different ways of looking at things and seeing things, like literally. So I urge you to pick that book up and give it a read through. I haven't read through mine all the way yet because your girl is kind of busy here. I'm doing a million things. That's my fault, nobody else's. In this part of the video here, now that I'm looking up, I think there's shutters or something on this building, because the portion that I'm looking at right now, it looks like shutters or something that kind of open and close on a hinge, which is why it kind of jets out from the building. If it was just molding or something on the outside of the window, it would follow the same perspective lines. But here they kind of come forward a little bit and the angle's a little bit different, because I think that they're shutters. Hopefully I'm not talking too much or too fast, but that's the thing there. And I do have to say too that yes, I used AI for the picture, for the thumbnail, because I thought maybe it would help me to improve my thumbnails, because I did something really awesome, which I thought was really awesome, was a sculpture of a oak from Heartopia, and nobody watched it. So I'm hoping that maybe the AI can help me with the thumbnails, and I mean, it can't help me be more interesting, but maybe. And yes, I do want to point out that yes, I am wearing my digital glove. As I was working in the sketchbook and with these pencils, they are very soft pencils, and every time like I move my hand or whatever, I smudge, or I was smudging the pencil because it is a soft lead. I love the lead and everything, but I kept smudging it and dirtying up the page. So I was hoping that if I put on this little thing, little protective glove, that it would kind of stop that. But by the time I don't really think that it did anything. It didn't really seem like it did anything, to make it better or cleaner or anything like that. So, but I did try because it did smudge. And ultimately at the end, I just like inked it, which I tried a ballpoint pen, but my hand was so tired and so sore that I was not going to sit there and try and get that ballpoint pen to work, because the ink that comes out of that thing is just garbage. I'm sorry to say, it's a cheap pen. I didn't actually have any inking pens at the time, so I just kind of like tossed out that idea, and I used a fine line Sharpie to ink this. And no, I didn't paint it yet, I don't think. But you can totally paint it if you want to. That's up to you. And here, when I did the roof, I still have a hard time judging where my drawing is going to be on my paper. I wasn't really concerned about that. I just wanted to draw something, and I wanted to practice some. I wanted to see if I could actually recreate this. Now, I did kind of like screw up a little bit on the roof. I don't think it exactly matches, what he did in his video. And there is another part here where I had to kind of alter my building because I didn't fully understand what he was trying to do or what he did for his picture. So my building is a little bit different from his, and I don't care about that really. It kind of didn't make sense, or I screwed up the picture or something, but I made it work anyways. I wasn't trying to do a direct copy of it. I was just trying to follow along, try and understand a bit more of how 2-point perspective works. Now, you can totally do this if you have like a grid paper, and you can just put that over top of your grid paper. Or if you have Procreate, you can bring up one of their perspectives and use those to make lines. I don't do that because, I don't feel like it, and I don't need to explain that, but now here's the part of the building that I was talking about. Back here, it kind of didn't make a whole lot of sense of what he was doing or why he was doing it. I got confused trying to follow the video. So I kind of I tried to follow what he was doing, but it got confusing. So I kind of like sat there and I'm like, oops, there's a little bit of water on the thing, but I got confused and I sat back. I'm trying to figure out how he did that and why he did that and where it came from. And ultimately I was like, you know what, whatever. I'm just going to do this with it. And we're just going to say that there's an extra part of the building that comes out, because I didn't know what else to do with it. And I'm like, yeah, looks good to me. So where the chair, I didn't quite understand how to get the chair because he doesn't explain it. He just pops it up there. He doesn't explain where the lines come from and how the lines come together. I'll pop in a quick picture of the perspective. I think you're supposed to follow the lines from the 2-point perspective, the vanishing points on either side, from the book Perspective Made Easy by Ernest R. Norling. I think this is how I should have worked the furniture in the scene, by following the perspective lines and following the 2 vanishing points to build the furniture in the scene. But as you can see, I did have a lot of problems with it. The struggle is real, people. The struggle is real. Don't you just love it? Like when you're trying to follow a YouTube video of how to do something, and they do a pretty good job all up to a certain point, and then they just kind of drop it like it's hot, and it's like, okay, you can figure the rest of this all out because I'm not going to explain no more. You watch my next video so you can find out how to put these chairs in and this little coffee table in here. Like, I love it. It's like, okay. And he does, I think he does have other videos that shows like how to do like the furniture in the scene. And like at the time I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, all right, we're gonna go by what it looks like. I'm gonna be like, okay. I stopped looking at it as perspective and just kind of went by, okay, it looks like this in the picture, so I'm just gonna go with it. All right, everybody, and that concludes our video for this week of our 2-point perspective drawing of this cute little corner cafe. I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you come back next week and join me here on Canvas and Craft. And as always, take care, stay inspired. I'll see you in the next creative adventure, whatever it may be. We don't even know yet. I've done so many things. But keep making beautiful things, one project at a time, and thanks for coming. I hope you guys don't mind. I tried getting an actual slogan for my outros, and that's what I came up with. I hope I'm not copying anybody else, but that is the way I feel about it, is to keep making beautiful things, one project at a time. I hope I'm not stealing that from anybody else. If so, please leave that down in the comments down below, because I definitely don't want to steal anybody's outro. But that is the way I feel. But anyways, I hope to see you here next week on Canvas and Craft. Thank you so much for being here. The 4th of July is coming up. I hope everybody have big plans for that. All right, I'm going to be done. Anyways, take care, stay inspired, keep making beautiful things, one project at a time, and I'll see you here next week. Bye! Stay safe out there, everybody. The weather out there today is crazy. We have a tornado watch today. Not at the time that I actually made this painting, but it is 6:18. Very crazy. Be careful out there.